This series here is called Never Ending Story. It was completed this year, 2014, but I started it last year, so it's about 12 months work. What happened was when I took my studio in Bassam, my landlord, unbeknownst to me before, was actually the person who distributed films in European and American, some Hindi and some Kung Fu movies in Côte d'Ivoire in the 70s, the 80s and the 90s. And he had a huge archive of posters. So all those films that had been through Côte d'Ivoire were still in his possession. And, well, at least the posters were. Not most of the actual film bobbins had been destroyed, unfortunately. A lot of them had been really affected by time and were basically fragments of themselves. So I decided to use the technique of collage, that fragmentation of images, putting them back together, creating new stories, in much the same way as our memory actually does when we try to recollect what is there in our memory reserve. So I've taken a lot of artistic license with this. I've had a lot of fun. I've made new stories where actors are put together who perhaps would not have been together before. I made a kind of curative action of turning some of the actors black, so that, imagining that in the 1970s one could have gone to a cinema, one of the many cinemas in Ivory Coast, and seen a lot more black actors as part of the Hollywood story. So basically through a lot of veiling, whitewashing, overlaying, I created 100 movies, life-size, the same size as the original affiche posters, and made